Well, guys, I'm learning a lot about America, and it's not too bright. Stuff I'm hearing is crazy, and people are laughing at it, actively laughing at sinister stuff. I mean, you gotta have no soul to laugh at some of the sinister stuff people laugh about online. And it's like, boy, that's why God is going to laugh at us. The more we just literally laugh at everything, God's going to laugh at us, because it says in the Bible that do not mock the people who are less fortunate than you. Do not mock them, because you will be punished. You wonder why you can't get ahead in life. You wonder why things don't come to you. You wonder why things are hard for you. You wonder why, because you kind of critically have pride. You have prejudice. I'm not for a lot of things, but there's a lot of things happening, and you pick a side. You're either on the devil's side or you're on God's side. And I feel like most people are picking the devil. I learned about this god named Modark. I've heard about him. It's basically Baal. You know, you realize the U.S. government worships Baal, and the god from the Bible, which is basically a false god that couldn't even set a fire. And they worship it. They sacrifice babies to this false god, and that's why the U.S. I don't know why is not doing so well. Also, they have what is that? Can't think of the word. Fluorescence? Is it fluorescent? Fluorescent. I think it's fluorescent. I could be wrong about that. Correct me if I'm wrong. In the water, and it's basically poisoning people. And then what is this theory of I want to say they got you think you're voting for a choice. Do you really have a choice? It's either the left or the right. So you're basically choosing to the equivalent of choosing between which hand you're going to jerk off with, basically every morning. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, that's basically it. And we don't have good candidates. It almost makes me not want to vote, because it's like, who am I voting for? You gotta pick lesser of the two evils. So which one do we want to pick? Batshit crazy or just completely insane? It's your choice, And I think that people don't realize that in this forefront, it's a war. But I'm thinking, what side do I oppose on? Because I'm not against anything. Listen, I'm a Christian, but I'm not going to be one of those people that's saying you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do, shaking my finger at you, telling you shouldn't do those things. It's them who's going to learn one of these days what's going to happen to them once they get before the God. I can't say what they're doing is wrong. All I can say is what I'm doing for myself. But I'm thinking, who do I vote for? Is Kamala Harris or Trump? Now I'm thinking, either way, it don't sound like a good idea. Neither one sounds good. I'm thinking, if I was going to my childhood beliefs, it would be Trump, because technically he had Hulk Hogan and Kid Rock on, but isn't that like plagiarizing the crowd? Honestly. And then I'm thinking, Kamala Harris, she's having celebrities endorse her, though. I mean, it's not like she's not having celebrities endorse. See, that's the bullshit thing. She's like, oh, she's not trying to be stand out. She's trying to popularize, because that's how you win in politics. You gotta be the popular vote, So it's like, but I'm thinking, I understand Kamala Harris. I don't know why I'm leaning towards her, because she makes more sense anyways. But I'm trying to think, what would be a decision to make? I mean, it's like one of those things where it's like, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. I don't want to say I'm voting for Kamala Harris, but it's like she makes a lot of sense, but then she does a lot of things that it's insulting, and so yeah. And unfortunately, it's like choosing between Kamala Harris. She's like when she says drop falling from a coconut tree. I don't know. Maybe I'm taking that out of context, but maybe is she saying? Is she joking? Is she making a bad joke? I don't understand that reference. It's like I know in like other countries they collect coconuts from coconut trees and they're falling out of trees, but I'm not understanding that slang. I don't understand it. I don't understand that like quib. It's a joke, but it's like, is it funny? I mean, what's interestingly enough, if we go to my childhood beliefs, technically I would vote for Trump. But if we go with what I'm thinking and believing now, because I voted, let's be honest, I voted for Biden in 2020 because I saw the insurrection. But now he gets shot, and I'm thinking, if they wouldn't, I think, if you think about it, it was a cover-up. Why did they shoot the killer? Think about this. They just took their only lead. You understand? We don't know why he shot Trump. If we could have captured him, I feel like there was a missed opportunity. We should have learned what his motives were. You know what I'm saying? It's funny how, like, we knew this was going to happen almost. It was almost like there were so many things pointing out that this was going to happen. I'm thinking, I'm not surprised. I'm just surprised it was Trump. You know what I'm saying? I'm honestly surprised. I thought it was going to be someone else. But it's funny. I don't understand. Listen, I don't care if people want to be funny and laugh and make jokes, but be my guest. If you want to make jokes, it doesn't hurt my feelings. I've heard everything under the sun, so nothing. See, I've learned to have a thick skin. Like, nothing really bothers me. But like, I'm thinking, when I say these things, and I know people are joking about it, but it's like, do you not realize what you're joking about? Do you want to be that person on that podium get shot? Because you're not going to go to a nice place. And I tell you, for a person, I don't know if I've ever experienced hell. I've had wacky and wild dreams, okay? And they were very, very realistic. And I don't know if I've experienced it, but I do know that it can't be a good thing. I'm sure that no one's down there just like, having a party. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know who all is there. Supposedly, in some reports, there's a lot of people who worship like themselves. Basically, people who worship themselves, adulterers, people who collect money, like rich people that are just disgustingly rich people who basically think they could buy their way out of anything. Stuff like that. I'm up to the 8-minute mark. I'm gonna wait till this gets to like 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna cut it out. Hopefully I can share this. My leg is hurting all of a sudden. Why is that? I think it's because I'm becoming biased. I'm becoming having an opinion on stuff. And I don't expect people to tune into this. I don't expect them to even listen to this. This is basically for me understanding my own opinions. I don't hate anyone. I don't have hatred. I get it. People want to have a sense of humor. And maybe they have a dark sense of humor even. But it's like, all I'm saying is, there's a point in time when you gotta realize, am I laughing for the right reasons? Am I laughing? Because listen, do you want to be one of those people who's gonna? I want to see you sacrifice a child to a foreign god, and because I'm learning some new stuff. I'm learning that they're sacrificing. Because think about it, those people who are sacrificing kids to gods that don't exist. Think about it. Then there are witches. Actually, there are witches in this neighborhood. Actually, people who believe in sacrificing animals and basically cast spells on people. And it's like, you know how stupid you sound. You know, it's kind of funny. Yeah. Honestly, though, they don't work. Devil don't have that kind of power over someone, unfortunately. But like, I wonder if God gave His creations power, and they used that power against His creation. I'm sure that the devil has tried it on many occasions. You know what I'm saying? It's interesting. Now I've learned something. The void of chaos. I'm learning about the void of chaos. So interestingly enough, God doesn't falter in chaos. In fact, he is the the void was him. He was the void of chaos. So let me ask you this. There was a time in existence before man that where demons and people existed, and they're basically like evil and scoundrels, and there's all kinds of gods and creatures. This is just my belief because I've had visions of stuff like this. I've seen. So I used to have a fantasy world literally called Chaos, and it was basically just like the same idea, just like monsters and creatures and gods among men and men among gods and people who exist and monsters and people, men who are monsters and creation and hybrid robots and stuff and hybrid creatures. And I really wish I could create chaos into a thing. Or I was gonna call it Erosity because that's my name with Velocity. Erosity. So it's just a creative play on Velocity in my name. But I was gonna do something like that. I just can't think of the format of how I would make it. I know the characters I want to be in it. I had these ideas for characters. I've had ideas for like basically I want to do like a Dungeons and Dragons kind of like style of game, but it's like with different varieties of. Cause I always wanted to have like a Dungeons and Dragons, but have a variety of characters. You know what I'm saying? A variety of things, a variety of what you can do in the game. Because I remember playing Dungeons and Dragons with my friends as a kid. It was always the most fun I've ever had. But I just thought of something. Most of my misfortunes happened after I played Dungeons and Dragons. So I'm wondering, does that actually have some sort of power? We're not understanding that. I wonder if Dungeons and Dragons has some sort of like mind warping abilities. And that's just a thought. And listen, I'm no batshit crazy person. I guess I'm not as sane as I want to be. But I'm just trying to feel like, I'm not. I guess you can call me crazy a little bit, just a little bit. I mean, all the stuff I've been through, you think I would be crazy at this point, if not crazier. It's funny enough, people think, oh, you would imagine I wouldn't be civil at this point, civilized. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm saying. Well, I'll end the video at this point because I'm reaching 13 minutes and I'm assuming that'll be a little bit too much. And I hope this message gets out. So yeah.